our girls is to be hungry for these wins, to earn them. And I think our girls work hard. They give great effort. Valentine's in the same boat. They play a lot like the way we do. And the thing that we as a team have to learn, and this is something that I always take responsibility for as the coach, is how to overcome, how to win at the end of the game. I mean, I've got to be able to make sure that they're prepared so that they have the confidence to finish strong. If games go into overtime, that's the one thing that I've got to do. And I knew it was going to be a tough situation. Valentine stole the momentum at the end of the game with a couple big three-pointers to tie it up. And once it got into overtime, I knew that we were going to be the odds were going to be against us a little bit, because we hadn't, in the 2 years that I've been here, we had not faced an overtime game. So, those are just little stepping stones, teachable moments that we've got to learn how to overcome. And we're going to grow as we face more of those challenges. So we'll start pulling these out. We're going to build the team. We're going to keep trusting the process, what we're doing. And I'm very, very proud of what our girls have overcome so far.
Well, you touched on earlier, you guys are taking on the Cambridge Trojans tonight. What do you know about Cambridge, and how do you guys come out with the W here tonight?
Well, I know, one, they had a ton of success in volleyball, and they've got most everybody back, I believe, for their team this year. It's not everybody, if I remember right. But anyway, they're going to be a strong I think they're D1, if I remember right, D1 school. They're a traditional basketball powerhouse. They've had very many successful teams over the years. And once again, it all boils down to when you're playing teams that are traditionally good at basketball, you're not just facing the team that you're playing in that game. You're facing the tradition. You're facing the culture. And that's the one thing we as a team have to understand is we got to step up the level of those kind of games. We got to be ready. We got to be prepared, and we've got to give our best day in and day out. And I really feel like one thing I will never question my girls on is our effort. We give great effort. It's just in these kind of games we have to be able to step up like we did last year and hit shots. We got to defend the court well, and we got to gain confidence as we progress through the game. And I think once we do that, we'll like I said, we'll be in the game, I think, and it'll be, once again, who wants it more? I consider it a toss-up game, and we've got to get more of these toss-ups on the positive side than we do on the negative side. So it'll be a great game.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for taking the time to be here on the Taco John's pregame show. I want to wish you good luck tonight and also throughout the rest of your season.
Thank you. Thanks for covering our game. Appreciate it.
That was Cozad Haymaker head coach Tori Gilson. We're going to take a quick break, and when the Taco John's pregame show continues, we will hear what Cambridge Trojan head coach Kaylin Hollander had to say following their win over Loomis on Tuesday night, and all the actions right here on True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC.
Cambridge Supermarket is a family-owned store offering a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from everyday essentials to awesome foods, snacks, and more. They take pride in the spirit of community, and you'll see that when you walk in the store. Cambridge Supermarket is a full-service store that really works hard to provide the best experience possible. See weekly specials on their website at cambridgesupermarket.com and shop the store in person today. That's www.cambridgesupermarket.com.
When you think internet, think Pinpoint. For fiber to the home, think Pinpoint. When you want streaming backed by quality internet, think Pinpoint. Pinpoint Communications has the tools to keep you happy while streaming, gaming, video chatting, working from home, and more. Look, when you want faster speed for an affordable investment, think Pinpoint. Pinpoint Communications, online at pnpt.com.
Problems with how your vehicle drives? Take it to Doyle Auto Repair, the area's alignment and suspension specialist. From the simple tire and oil change service to the most complex automotive diagnosis, you can rely on Doyle Auto Repair of McCook to fix it right. Make your appointment today. Call the professionals at Doyle Auto Repair, 308-345-4233. That's 345-4233. Or drive or tow your woe to Doyle Auto Repair at 105 West 8, McCook. Doyle Auto Repair.
Taco John's Courtside continues now from the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
I'm visiting now with Cambridge Trojan head coach Kaylin Hollander. And coach, got another win.
We did get another win. It was an interesting win. We got one.
Both teams, you guys were without Jalen Kent. Also, I think that's the only one you guys had out, but without her, and she's been playing. The other night she played awesome defense, got 11 points for you guys. So definitely going to be missed on the floor. Talk to us about how the girls, responded, because they played pretty well without her tonight.
They did play really well without her. I told her that the whole team that, someone needed to step up and bring some energy. And I thought Leah Downer came out super strong, being really aggressive. And then Aaron Johnson came out big time and hit some big shots for us and was constant inside. It was just nice to see some other girls step up tonight.
Yeah, and Aaron Johnson, career high, 17 points so far. What a night for her.
Yeah, she definitely needed a night. She's been kind of struggling on the offensive end, and I know she gets frustrated when she misses those shots, so it was nice for her to get some in and have a high score.
Well, Brylan Springer last year, I think she always had a little bit of doubt about herself. She was a good ball player, but she had that breakout game against Dundee County Stratton last year at the Holiday Tournament, and ever since then, it's been a whole different Brylan. Maybe the same thing will happen for Aaron.
Yeah, I hope it happens with Aaron, too, because between Brylan and Aaron, it could be deadly whenever they both get hot. And then if you throw another guard in there and get hot, yeah.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Two big post guys going at it.
I wouldn't know what to do if we had multiple people decide to show up and be aggressive and hit all the shots and everything.
Well, I don't think you've had anybody, maybe J.C. Kent has been the only one that has been the leading scorer for you 2 games now. It's been somebody different every time.
Yes, it's kind of nice because, you just don't ever know who's going to come up and who's going to decide to step up and do it. But it is really nice as a coach that there's always someone that steps up whenever we need to.
And the defense, once again, doesn't disappoint. You held another team to under 40 points. I held them to 38 tonight. So the defense for you guys, I think these girls would rather be on the defensive side half the time than the offensive side.
Yes, I feel like they're starting to get more comfortable with this man-to-man defense. And on offense, I'm kind of letting them run it on their own, and they're struggling a little bit of knowing what to do all the time. But I think once they get comfortable with it and they start cutting and screening and just running the show, you'll see a whole different team out there.
So coming up, you got a busy time coming up. You're going to get Cozad on Thursday night. Talk to us about that Cozad game.
I think if we can get everyone healthy, and come out and play our game, and Aaron comes out and Brylan comes out, I think we could really get a solid post-game going.
And then you guys got coming up next Monday and Tuesday, the Pleasanton tournament, and that's not going to be an easy one. You look at the bracket, all 4 teams, you guys, Ravenna, Pleasanton, and Selma Myrna. I think everybody and Selma Myrna, I think, has got 1 loss. You guys got 1 loss, but I don't think anybody else does. So this is going to be a big tournament.
Yes, I think it'll be a good tournament to see some different competition, and I think it's going to challenge us, but I think it's going to challenge us in a good way.
Yes, I agree. Well, Coach, thanks for taking the time to come up and visit with us. Greg, congratulations on another win tonight, and let's go get one on Thursday.
I agree.
All right, that was Cambridge Trojan head coach Kaylin Hollander. We're going to take a quick break and more right after this on True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC.
At Hogemeyer, local means something greater. From our products to our people, we know what hybrids and varieties thrive here better than anyone. And we serve our neighbors in the Western Corn Belt with nothing less than the best. World-class seed offerings, hometown pride. That's Hogemeyer. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. We help them grow stronger. Learn more about the right seed from your local dealer, Extreme Ag.
Honeyman Custom Chopping does more than just silage work, such as chopping, bagging, and packing. They do that very well, but Honeyman also specializes in swathing, merging, manure hauling, and grain hauling. Call Honeyman Custom Chopping today for a conversation about pricing and availability for your operation. Call 737-9159. That's 308-737-9159. And see their Facebook page to see some of their work. Honeyman Custom Chopping of Indianola, 308-737-9159.
Your vision source. Vision source. Lifetime eye care.
It's easy to forget about your eyes. They supply a steady stream of emotion directly to your soul. After all these years, you've just gotten used to all they do for you. Stop taking your eyes for granted and take them to Lifetime Eye Care. Visit the experts who not only care for your eyes, but care for the people behind them.
Your vision source. Vision source. Lifetime eye care.
Let's go!
The following is a presentation of the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network, KZMC McCook. Listen online at 1021kzmc.com and the 1021 KZMC mobile app. This is high school basketball on the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
Back out to Carson Tromke, makes a shot fake, gets inside, puts the shot up and in. Carson Tromke with 6 for the Trojans. Rebound, Detterding puts the shot up and in. He's going to drive inside, elbow shot, banks it in. Back up top, J.C. Kent. Wide open 3, buries it.
Let's go courtside. Here's Trent Florum.
True Country Radio 1021 KZMC. Trent Florum here with you tonight, along with August Miller back at the studios. I think I called her Autumn the other night when I said that Seth was filling in for her. Got to remember, it's the month, not the season. Miller back there with her first name. So August Miller back at the studio again tonight. Seth stepped in there tonight after the snow took over for her. So getting ready for some high school basketball between the Cozad Haymakers and the Cambridge Trojans. The Haymakers come into the night 1-4 on the season. Trojans are 4-1. Of course, they're moving up 2 classes here tonight, playing the C1 Cozad Haymakers here this evening. So about 3 minutes away from the opening tip-off. This should be a pretty good basketball game here. Volleyball-wise, Cambridge got them in volleyball right here on this very floor. But last season, the Haymakers took it to the Trojans in a game that you kind of thought that maybe the Trojans would beat them in, but the Haymakers came out on fire last season over at the barn and took it to the Trojans. So tonight we'll see if the Trojans can get back on their home court. Everybody back tonight. I know Jalen Kent talked to her dad just a little bit before the game here as we're watching the JV game. He said she is here. She's suited up. She's going to start. But he said she had a rough time at practice last night. So we'll see. She did, of course, miss Tuesday's game having the flu. So we'll see what happens here. I know Brady Allmeyer missed it for the boys last Tuesday, too. He's here. Talked to Coach Shepard. He said, he had a tough time in the JV game. He played a little bit of JV tonight. He will start again for the boys. The freshman, of course, missed Tuesday night's game also. So a little bit of sickness going through here. That's why we drink the emergency. Yeah, keep that stuff flowing. We want to keep going on the air here. Tonight's ball game will be here, and then we will have the Monday and Tuesday. We'll have the Pleasanton Holiday Tournament for you. Of course, both boys and girls playing in that next Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll take a week off, and we'll be back here on the 29th and 30th right here back in Cambridge. I'll have the Cambridge Holiday Tournament, and that should be a good one. You got Dundee County Stratton coming to town. Also, Maywood Hayes Center coming in, and Crawford, the other team, coming in. So pretty good. I think in the girls' division, Dundee County Stratton struggling a little bit, but the other teams are, all looking really good there. Also, that's the same way down at Pleasanton. You got Anselmo Myrna, Ravenna, Pleasanton, and I believe in that one, Anselmo Myrna has 1 loss, and Cambridge right now with 1 loss, playing tonight, of course. So that could change, but hopefully it doesn't. So that should be a very good tournament, and then the holiday tournament here will be a good one. Boys action, they'll have, Cambridge, Crawford have a pretty decent team up there, and then you got Maywood Hayes Center and Dundee County Stratton. Very good teams coming in. I know Maywood Hayes Center just beat Dundee County Stratton in the championship of the Cattle Trail the other night. So those teams battling it out also. So we're going to have a couple of pretty good tournaments coming up. Getting ready for the national anthem here. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off right after this on True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC.
At Hogemeyer, local means something greater. From our products to our people, we know what hybrids and varieties thrive here better than anyone. And we serve our neighbors in the Western Corn Belt with nothing less than the best. World-class seed offerings, hometown pride. That's Hogemeyer. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Call Ryan Huxell of Huxell Seeds today at 308-695-1097. That's 308-695-1097 for Huxell Seeds, 695-1097.
Midwest Liberty Federal Credit Union. You belong.
Midwest Liberty Federal Credit Union is your one-stop Christmas shop for a less stress and jollier holiday season. Your holiday helpers at the credit union are offering Christmas loans and loan skip-a-payment. Enjoy the gift of giving this season with your credit union. Apply on our website at MidwestLibertyFCU.org or stop in and see us. Midwest Liberty, you belong.
You belong.
Hitch and Hay Public Transit. Hitch and Hay Public Transit. Affordable transportation for everyone.
We're your ride to the doctor, shopping, or work, just about anywhere, from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday in Southwest Nebraska. We can even get you to Kearney or Grand Island. Call 308-276-2182 the day before to reserve your spot.
Hitch and Hay Public Transit. Hitch and Hay Public Transit.
Your local sports authority is the HFRSN.
Oh, yes, greatest song in the world for the greatest country in the world. Our country's national anthem, played by the Cambridge High School Band. Very good job done by those ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready for the starting lineup, brought to you tonight by Mark's Pharmacy and Know Your Number. High blood pressure in the United States is a major problem. Only about half the people with high blood pressure have their condition under control. Mark's Pharmacy can help you know your number with a quality blood pressure machine in the home to help get accurate results that are sent directly to your doctor. Contact Mark's Pharmacy to learn more and know your number. Now here are tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for the Cozad Haymakers, number 2, a 5'10 senior Karen Burkholder. Number 4, a 6-foot senior Reagan Schroeder. Number 12, a 5'4 junior Micaiah Baker. Number 14, a 5'7 senior Megan Dyer. And number 32, a 5'7 senior Taryn Chitka. Head coach Tori Gilson, assistant coaches Amber Ross, Chris DeVerde, and Jessica Finnegan for the Haymakers. It looks like just Jessica the only one here this evening. So for the Trojans, number 2, a 5'10 senior J.C. Kent. Number 5, a 5'8 junior Jalen Kent. Number 13, a 5'7 junior Leah Downer. Number 23, a 5'8 senior Braille Miller. And number 24, a 5'10 junior Brylan Springer. Head coach Caitlin Hollander, assistant coach Logan Pabin for the Trojans. Trojans will go left to right across your radio dial. Haymakers will go right to left. Haymakers in the all-red uniforms, white numbers. It says Makers and white across their chest. The Trojans in the all-white uniforms got the orange stripe down the side. Black numbers, and it says Trojans in black outline and orange across their chest. There, Brylan Springer jumping up against Reagan Schroeder for the Haymakers. Referee approaches the circle. Ball's tossed up or underway. It's picked up by Brielle Miller, and the Trojans will have the opening jump. J.C. Kent right side up high now with it. Going to come back up top to her sister Jalen. Jalen Kent looking around, gets it back up top to Leah Downer. Downer works to the left side, dribbles all the way to the wing. Goes back across, goes inside. Springer. Turn Baker, top of the key. She's going to drive, gets in the free throw line, kicks it out to the corner. Inside it goes, shots up and in. Baker with the first. Burkholder to Baker, and the Haymakers are up 2-0. Braille Miller will bring it up for the Andy Haymakers. Baker. Side it goes to Downer. Springer shots up out of the short corner. Springer with the first basket for the Trojans. We're tied at 2. Baker bringing it up now for the Haymakers. Going to throw it up the floor. Almost threw it away, but it's caught by Dyer. Dyer down inside, knocked away by Jalen Kent.
gets the ball back, though. Dyer doesn't, misses it, and Kent with the rebound now. In a foot race down the left side of the lane. Going to get inside, puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to 14, Dyer. Out to Baker on the outlet. She'll bring it up the left side of the floor. Now works her way back to the middle. Crosses the timeline there. Picked up by number 32, Chitka. Chitka to Burkholder. Back to Baker on the left wing. Guarded by Downer. Downer almost got the steal there. Comes right to Schroeder. Has it. Almost got it picked up again by the Trojans. This is Dyer with it. Dyer guarded by Brylan Springer. Now kicks it back off to Baker on the right wing. She's going to drive. Free throw line. Gets it down inside to Burkholder. She'll put it in off the block there. 4-2 Haymakers. 6:10 left here in the opening period. Miller across the timeline for the Trojans. Looking down for Downer. Can't find it. Up top to Jalen. Going to work to the right side. Hands it off to Downer. Downer to J.C. Kent here in the short corner on the near side. Turns. Can't find anybody. Kicks it back up top to Springer. 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim. Won't go. Rebound comes down to Micaiah Baker. Here come the Haymakers now on the run. Side. Dishes it off to Schroeder. Her shot's up and in. 6-2. Haymakers get the early lead here. 5:39 left in the opening period. Miller down the floor. Gets it to J.C. Kent on the left wing. Kent working against Burkholder. Try to get it up top. Gets it to Downer. Comes right side to Miller. Miller underneath to J.C. Kent. Nice pass inside. J.C. Kent with the basket. Off the glass down at the right block here. 6-4. Trojans back within 2. Burkholder up the floor to Dyer. Dyer on the right side. Going to dribble back to the middle. Working against Jalen Kent. Gets it off to Baker. Baker with the pass inside. Burkholder can't get the shot to go. Rebound comes down. It goes off of the Trojans and out of bounds. Off of Brielle Miller, I believe. Checking in for the Haymakers right now. That is number 15 into the ball game, Erica Weatherly. Also in number 3, Talon Sasali. And they toss it in. Jay knocks it away. It's going to be picked up by Baker, though. Double at the half. Throws it down underneath the Sasali. Back outside to number 14, Dyer. Back. Baker has it top of the key. Right side, Dyer. Going to try to drive inside. Knocked away by Jalen Kent. Make it in the hands of Baker, though, for the Haymakers. Right side, it comes to Dyer. Trojans go to a zone defense here. Back up top now. Burkholder passes it inside. Shots up and blocked by J.C. Kent. Shot was by Weatherly. Kent blocks it. Brielle Miller goes left side to Jalen Kent. Kent going to try to drive. Gets to the short corner. Has it knocked away. It'll stay with the Trojans. 6-4 your score. Into the ball game comes Aaron Johnson. She'll come in, and Leah Downer will get a seat. Downer had a good game there tonight. 10 points. Johnson with a career-high 17 against the Wolves on Tuesday. Brielle Miller, box set out of the Trojans. Miller trying to get it inbounds. Gets it into Aaron Johnson. Shot is blocked. Man, that was a lot of arm right there. 4:28 left. The Trojans get it underneath their own basket off the far side. Going left to right across the radio dial. Box set with the Kent sisters at the elbow. Johnson and Springer at the block. They get it in. This is J.C. Kent on the left wing. Back up top, Jalen Kent. Back to J.C. Down the corner to Brielle. Inside to Brylan Springer. Shots up, won't go. Springer gets her own rebound. She's fouled. Basket goes. Tie ball game. Springer will go to the free throw line to break the tie. First foul tonight belongs to the Haymakers. It is on number 2, Karen Burkholder. Mallory Springer going to check in. She'll come in for Jalen Kent. Kent's been pretty sick, so they're going to make sure they rotate her in and out. Keep them legs fresh. Springer at the free throw line. Tied up at 6. 4:19 left here in the opening period. Free throw on the way. It's off the front of the rim. She missed it. Up the floor comes Baker. Down to Weatherly. Throws it up top and is off the hands of Dyer and out of bounds. Bad pass right there. Acres Equipment of McCook, Amateurs Bar and Grill, Riding Truck and Trailer, Cambridge Supermarket, Cambridge Telephone, Channel Seeds, Andrew Carpenter, sponsors here this evening. Rail Miller to inbound it for the Trojans here, about top of the key high on the other side of the floor. They got to come down the floor. Mallory Springer gets the inbound, throws it back to Brielle, but it throws it right into the hands of Baker. Springer, just a freshman there, Mallory Springer. Down in the corner, this is number 3 with the shot. That is Sasali. She misses it. Rebound Springer. Mallory Springer gets it to Brylan Springer. Now back to Brielle Miller. Tied at 6, 3:52 left here in the opening period. Miller into the free throw line to Brylan Springer. Back out to Brielle Miller. Right side to J.C. Kent, now to Aaron Johnson on the wing. Johnson looking up top, gets it to Mallory Springer. Left side it comes to J.C. Kent. Kent back up top to Aaron Johnson. Right side it comes to Brielle Miller. Miller going to try to drive. She's going to be fouled. It's going to be on number 32, Taryn Chitka. Second team foul on the Haymakers, none so far on the Trojans. 3.5 left here in the first, tied at 6. J.C. Kent inbound it, going to get it in. Brylan Springer in the corner. Back up top to J.C. Kent drives inside, kicks it back out to Brylan Springer. Inside it goes to Aaron Johnson. Nice pass. Shots off the glass, won't go. Mallory Springer with the rebound. She'll dribble back out. Gets it out to Miller. 3 from the corner. Off the glass, won't go. And it picked up there by Weatherly, but she throws it out of bounds, and it's going to be Trojan basketball. Jalen Kent checking back in for the Trojans. Who's she going to come in for? She comes in for Brielle Miller, and in comes number 14, Megan Dyer, back into the ball game. I did not see that she had checked out. So Springer for 3 off the right quarter, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Chitka. Kicks it out to Dyer on the outlet. Dyer kicks it in the corner. That was number 15, Weatherly. Back to Dyer. Up top it comes to Chitka. She's going to try to drive, gets it to Burkholder here on the left wing. Back up top to Dyer. Right side, Schroeder. Got away at the push-off right there. She kicks it back up top. Burkholder has it top of the key. Right side, Dyer going to take the 3. Got it. Megan Dyer with her first basket, and it's a 3-pointer. 9-6, Haymakers are up. Jalen Kent off the right side to Mallory Springer. Inside it goes to Aaron Johnson. Johnson loses the ball, picks it back up, gets it out to Brylan Springer. 3 on the way. It's off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound comes down to the Haymakers, Megan Dyer. Dyer up the floor with 2:22 left here. Gets it into Chitka. Back out to Dyer. Going to take the 3 again. She's hit 2 in a row. Megan Dyer finally warming up for the Haymakers. They've just doubled the score here. It was 6-6. It's now 12-6. 2:05 left opening period. Trojans with the ball. J.C. Kent here on the right side. Gets it to Mallory Springer. Back up to J.C. Kent. Brylan Springer left side up high. Goes inside for Johnson. She has it taken away by Reagan Schroeder. We're going to have a jump ball. It'll belong to the Haymakers. So Dyer will inbound it here for the Haymakers. Gets it into Baker. She'll bring it up the floor. Baker. Get off to Schroeder, gets it off to Dyer. She's going to get to the short corner. Shots up, it's off the glass, won't go. Rebound comes down to Downer, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Haymakers. And it'll be Trojan basketball. 1:40 left here in the first period. Trojans trail 12-6. It was knotted up at 6, but the Haymakers making Dyer 2 threes right in a row to give them the lead. Jalen Kent gets it off to Brylan Springer. Back up top it comes to Leah Downer. Downer right side to Brielle Miller. Miller working to the right side. Going to come back up top. Jalen Kent has it. Kent lobs it inside for Aaron Johnson. Down low trying to get it to Downer. They're going to call Johnson for a travel. 1:16 left here in the opening period. It's 12-6 Cozad with the lead. Trojans struggling a little bit from the field right now. Baker comes up the floor, going to get a screen, goes to the right side, tries to throw it inside. Johnson knocks it away, and it'll be Haymaker basketball. Tried to get it into Schroeder. Schroeder will come out of the ball game. In comes Sasali for the Haymakers. Number 3, a 5'6" sophomore. Box set out of the Haymakers. Trying to get it in. They throw it up top. It's Baker over to Burkholder. Burkholder gets to the free throw line, puts a shot up. It's off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound comes down. Brylan Springer has it. They're going to call a jump ball here. This will belong to the Trojans. J.C. Kent checks in. Aaron Johnson will go to the bench for the Trojans. Johnson had 17 the other night, had a big game. 58 seconds left here in the first period. It's 12-6 Haymakers leading the Trojans. Brielle Miller got the ball for the Trojans coming up the floor left to right across your radio dial. Off to Haymaker, or excuse me, to J.C. Kent off the right side. Now Brielle Miller's got it. Trying to lob it inside, can't get it. It's Jalen Kent now with it. Going to drive inside, lays it up off the glass, won't go. J.C. with the rebound. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound comes down to the Haymakers. Burkholder kicks it out to Baker. Baker up the floor quickly. Gets left side up high. Trying to throw it down underneath. And now stolen away by Brielle Miller. Miller against Dyer. Gets past her. Going to go up against Burkholder. Nice pass off to the Jalen Kent. She can't handle it. Saves it though. JC Kent hits it and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Haymaker basketball. Usually Jalen's ready for them passes and doesn't miss them. She wasn't ready for that one though. Brielle Miller with a nice little look right there. 12-6 with 18. Almost stolen away by Baker. Up the floor. Goes right side corner. Looking around. Kicks it back out. It's on the wing. It's Asali and she drills the three. 15-6. It's been a 9-0 run here, all on three-pointers. Down to 2-1, and they're not going to get the shot off. Nobody looked at the clock. 15-6. Cozad leads Cambridge after one. We'll take a break. We'll be back here with quarter number 2 after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
When you think internet, think Pinpoint. For fiber to the home, think Pinpoint. When you want streaming backed by quality internet, think Pinpoint. Pinpoint Communications has the tools to keep you happy while streaming, gaming, video chatting, working from home, and more. Look, when you want faster speed for an affordable investment, think Pinpoint. Pinpoint Communications, online at pnpt.com.
The staff at River Valley Services in Cambridge is ready to take care of all your refrigeration, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and trenching jobs. You see, whether it's at work, on the farm, or at home, there is no job too big or too small. These boys can do it all. River Valley Services are available 7 a.m. till 4, but that doesn't mean they won't handle your emergency at a moment's notice. River Valley Services. Call 308-697-4815. That's 308-697-4815. 697-4815.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader is the HFRSN.
True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florin back here with you, along with August Miller back at the studios. Haymakers with the ball to start the second. They got the lead 15-6. This is Burkholder with it on the left side. She's going to drive, gets the free throw line, kicks it back out. Chitka out to Schroeder, back up top Burkholder. Now Baker. Left side up high, dribble back to the top of the key, works right side. Gets it off to Burkholder on the wing. Back up top, it comes to Schroeder. Kicks it down short corner. Baker back up top. Burkholder trying to find somebody now. Almost stolen away by Miller, and it is. Brielle Miller has the steal. We're going to have a foul here against the Haymakers. It's going to be on number 14, Megan Dyer, her first. 13 foul on the Haymakers. 15-6 your score. Just getting underway here in the second period. 30 seconds gone. Brielle Miller with the ball. So we're going to cross the timeline, guarded by Baker. Works to the left side, going to hand it off to Downer. Back up top, it comes to Jalen Kent. Right side, J.C. Kent. J.C. gets to the short corner, puts a shot up, won't go. Jalen with the rebound, forces it up, can't get it to go. And the ball's on the floor. Leah Downer comes up with it, and she'll dribble it back out. Nice play by Downer. Off to Brielle Miller, right side now to J.C. Kent. Kent working on the wing. Trying to get it inside to Brylan Springer, and no foul called there. They reached around and picked it up. It's Trojan basketball. Brielle Miller runs it down in the backcourt. Inside to try to get it to J.C. King. Got to put a little air on that because he's doing it right to Karen Burkholder. This is Baker with it on the left wing. Trojans ice cold right now from the field. Kick it out to Dyer. She's had 2 threes out there. Back to Chitka, now to Schroeder, back to Dyer. Dyer right side, going to try to drive. Gets down to the short corner on the left side, and we're going to have a foul here on the Trojans. See who this is on. Downer's going to pick up the first foul of the night for the Trojans, her first. Burkholder into Baker. Baker gets to the middle of the lane, throws up a wild shot, and goes. Man, that should not have went. That was just a wing and a prayer. Throw it towards the basket. It goes in. Brielle Miller. Left side, it goes to Jalen Kent. Now down the corner to Downer. She'll dribble back up, gets it to J.C. Kent, top of the key. Working against Burkholder, and Burkholder fouls her. That's her second. Looked to reach for the ball and pretty much just slapped J.C. right across the face. 17-6. Cozad up by 11 here. 6:08 left in the first half. Jalen Kent gets the inbounds, working up top against Chitka. Goes back to the right side to J.C. Kent. JC, as Aaron Johnson there, has the ball tipped away. She's got it back. Working against Burkholder. Gets inside down the left side of the lane. Kicks it out to Brielle Miller. And we got another foul here on the Haymakers. That's going to be the 5th team foul. It's on number 4, Reagan Schroeder. Her first. It's team's 5th. Box set out of the Trojans. They got the ball underneath their own basket here off the near side. Sasali checks into the ball game. As Burkholder goes out to get it into Springer. Shots up, won't go. Rebound comes down to Dyer, and the Trojans kind of stood and watched that one. They could have had that. Sasali with the ball now. Back up top it comes to Baker. Top of the key. Left side it comes to Sasali. Back to Dyer. Dyer skip pass over to Chitka down in the corner now to Schroeder. Back up top it comes to Baker. Baker with the shot. Off the glass, won't go. Rebound comes down to Brielle Miller. Miller pushing it up the floor for the Trojans. Got handed off to J.C. Kent. Right side up high. Kent goes to the left side to Jalen Kent. Down the corner goes to J.C. Back inside, Brylan Springer. Turnaround jumper won't go. She has been ice cold tonight. She hit the first 4 points for the Trojans and hasn't scored since. Baker, top of the key, guarded by Jalen Kent. Goes left side to Schroeder. Schroeder going to try to drive against Brylan Springer, and we got a timeout called by Coach Gilson of the Haymakers. 17-6, the Haymakers lead at 5:03 left in the first half. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Marcus is giving a holiday gift to himself?
Yeah, I was a really good boy this year.
Oh, good for you.
I got $50 of Runza gift cards to give to my friends and got a $10 gift card for myself.
Well, sometimes it's better to give and receive.
Right? I made a list, checked it twice.
And the list said Marcus?
List said Marcus.
'Tis the season. Buy $50 of Runza gift cards and get a $10 gift card free. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Listen online at 1021kzmc.com and on the 1021 KZMC mobile app.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. Trent Floor back here with you, along with August Miller back at the studios. Haymakers have the ball. Dyer for 3. Off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound comes down to Jalen Kent. Kent up ahead to her sister JC, loses the ball, but it goes off to Haymakers. Dyer should have just let that go, but she tried to save it. And it's Trojan basketball underneath their own basket here on the near side. Box set out of the Trojans. Brielle Miller to inbound it. Get it into Aaron Johnson. Shot out of the middle of the lane. Can't get it to go. A little too hard off the back of the rim. Rebound to the Haymakers. And Dyer brings it up the floor. Guarded by Brielle Miller here. Gets to the right side to Sasali. Back up top, Dyer. Now knocked away by Brielle Miller. It's on the floor. Almost got it. Picked back up by the Haymakers. This is Schroeder. Gets it inside to Sasali. Blocked in there by J.C. Kim, but she's going to get called for the foul. First foul on J.C. Kent, second on the Trojans. Shots on the way from Sassley. Sassley hits the first one. She's got 4. Sassley back up there. Free throw on the way. She hits them both. She's now got 5 points for the Haymakers. They're starting to pull away. It's 19-6. The Trojans have not scored for quite a while, almost a full quarter here. It's tied up at 6. Jalen Kent inside to Aaron Johnson. Tries to throw it down inside to Mallory Springer, but they missed the hanging on the arm right there, and the pass is stolen away by the Haymakers. That's why she couldn't get any loft to it. Inside it goes. This is Burkholder. Shots off the glass, won't go. Rebound goes off the Haymakers and out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball. Springer back into the ball game. J.C. Kent will take a seat. Leah Downer, other starter off the bench right now for the Trojans. Miller going to hand it off to Mallory Springer. Gets down to the short corner. Shots on the way. Rolls around. Won't go. Rebound comes down to Aaron Johnson. She misses a shot again. Man, the Trojans ice cold, have not scored since about the 5-minute mark of that first period. And they trail 19-6. Right side, Dyer's got it on the wing. Going to get a screen. Johnson picks her up. Kick it off. This is Baker. She's going to drive inside. Picked up there by Mallory Springer. Skip pass over to Sassley. Sassley trying to go underneath. It's stolen away by the Trojans. Jalen Kent, excuse me. Now we're going to have a jump ball, and this one's going to belong to the Trojans. And we're going to have a timeout here, I believe, by the Trojans. And we're going to take one with them. 19-6, 3:25 left here in the first half. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
The loss of a loved one is undoubtedly the hardest times we face in our life. Let the caring and experienced professionals at Lockenauer Jones Mortuary support you through these difficult times. They offer a range of personalized services. You can count on the caring staff of Lockenauer Jones to help you plan a personal lasting tribute to your loved one. Call Jim today and let him help you make the many decisions that need to be made during this difficult time. Lockenauer Jones Mortuary, family owned and operated. 308-697-3838.
Your local sports authority is the HFRSN.
True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florin back here with you, along with August Miller back at the studios. 19-6. The Haymakers lead the Trojans. 3:21 left here in the first half. Mallory Springer with the ball, top of the key. Comes right side to Jalen Kent on the wing. Kent back up top to Aaron Johnson. Loud pass inside to Brylan Springer. Turnaround jumpers up and in. Brylan, 6 points, 6 of the 8 Trojan points tonight. 3:05 left in the first half, 19-8 now. Baker trying to go right side, gets to the free throw line, kicks it back out. This is Burkholder. Back to Baker. Shot from this inside the three-point line. She airballed it. Saves it, though, and it's picked up by the Haymakers. The Trojans should have had that. Did not get in the front of the passing lane there. Here's Baker. Goes right side to Burkholder. Burkholder down in the corner to Sassy. It's knocked away. It goes into the backcourt. It's going to be picked up by the Haymakers. This will be Chitka with it. Chitka, left side it goes to Baker, guarded by Mallory Springer. Going to hand it off to Chitka. Chitka down to the short corner. Has it knocked away by Brielle Miller. Picked up there by Baker. Baker. They go all the way to their around there, and Baker throws it up and in. Trojans get caught watching. I don't know if anybody knew who they were supposed to guard right there. Jalen Kent works through the left side. Goes back into Brielle Miller at the free throw line. Gets it down to Brylan Springer. Short corner shots off the front of the rim. Won't go. Rebound Burkholder for the Haymakers. Trojans still ice cold. Brylan Springer knocks the ball away, but it's picked up once again by the Haymakers. Trojans just a step slow here in this first half. Baker knocks it inside. Brylan Springer knocks it away, but again, ran down by the Haymakers. Here's Chitka to the free throw line. Back up top, almost thrown away by Mallory Springer. Gets it back to Baker. Baker left side up high. Got to work to the left. Going to kick it back up to Schroeder. Schroeder to Burkholder. Burkholder back to Baker at the free throw line. Back out to Burkholder. Going to work to the right side. Gets inside, puts a shot up and in, and nobody's stepping up and helping out. Trojans standing and watching this game right now. They're down 23-8. Jalen Kent, top of the key. Kicks it off to Mallory Springer. She gets inside, gets it to Johnson. Skip pass over to Brielle Miller. Short corner shots up, won't go. Ice cold are the Trojans. Here's Baker with it. Now we're going to have a jump ball. This one belongs to the Haymakers. I'm Coach Hollander. You might have to put the press on. J.C. Kent back into the ball game, and Mallory Springer will take a seat for the Trojans. Back in is Dyer for the Haymakers. This is Baker across the timeline working against Jalen Kent. Gets it to the right side to Schroeder. Schroeder gets it off to Chitka. Chitka skip pass back up top to Burkholder. Left side to Dyer. And be picked up by Brielle Miller. Dyer tries to drive baseline. Going to put the shot up out of the short corner. Air ball picked up by Johnson. Back to Brielle Miller on the outlet. Down to 30 seconds left here in the first half. Left side it goes Jalen Kent. She's going to get to the short corner, and they're going to call her for a carry. 23-8, and here comes the press from the Trojans, and this is probably something they need to do. Miller's going to pick up Baker. Going to force her. Now they're going to let Baker, and she's just going to go all the way down. Nobody's stepping up. They get it inside to Schroeder. Her shot's missed. Rebound comes down to Burkholder. She misses the shot. Rebound's tipped around. It's off the floor. It's picked up by Brylan Springer down to 9 seconds. 8-7, and see if they notice. Brielle Miller quickly up the floor. 3 seconds, 2, and J.C. came with the mile-long three ball. That's not going to get there. 23-8, the Haymakers lead it here at halftime. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here with your Hogemeyer Seeds halftime show right after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Valmont is a leader in the industries that they serve, creating a vital infrastructure and advancing agricultural productivity. Valmont and McCook is part of over 80 manufacturing facilities, doing business in over 100 countries. Our Valmont in Southwest Nebraska and around the world. Learn more online at valmont.com.
At Waypoint Bank, you're greeted with a smile. Then they roll up their sleeves to make things work for you. Waypoint Bank has the products and services, rates, and terms that you are looking for, and the friendly, knowledgeable people that you've come to know and trust. You'll find everything you need in a bank at Waypoint Bank, with convenient locations in Cambridge, Cozad, Eustis, Clay Center, and Imperial. Waypoint Bank, member FDIC.
First State Insurance in Cambridge, your hometown team. First State Insurance is your local resource in Nebraska for the best and most affordable personal, commercial, and farm insurance products. For insurance outside the box, talk to one of their local independent agents. Let First State Insurance be your first choice for insurance. Their agents work with the nation's top insurance providers. As a result, they can offer you more choices, along with personalized service and the convenience of a nearby office. Call or stop by today, 308-697-3835. First State Insurance in Cambridge.
Hi, I'm Callie Nelms with Hilltop Seats. Everyone knows it's pretty rough out there. I mean, worse than a 1-ton down a washboard road. Rough. From wildfires to no rain, it's definitely been a challenging year. But before we set sights on 23, let me just say thank you for supporting Hilltop Seats and my family. Now is the time to pray for rain and game plan for a better 2023. Hilltop Seats. Success from the ground up.
Local sports on the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florin back here with you, along with August Miller back at the studio. 23-8, the Trojans trail here at halftime of this girls contest. Tonight's game halftime show brought to you tonight by Hoegemeyer Seeds. Hoegemeyer Seeds, here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. We help them grow stronger. Learn more about the right seed from your local dealer. That's Monty Hansen in Binkelman, Nebraska. The North 40 in Overland, Kansas. Moline Seed and Fence in Gothenburg. Crack Seed in Norton, Kansas. Bose Seed in Orleans, Nebraska. And, of course, Extreme Ag right here in Cambridge, Nebraska. 308-440-2652. Hoegemeyer Seeds, the right seed for right here. 23-8 is your score, and the Trojans have just not been themselves tonight. They played really good at Loomis the other night, but here tonight they have struggled to find the basket and not playing very good defense either, and that's just unlike them. You can tell they're just about a step off right now from what they were the other night. Ex-Trojan right here, or late, shouldn't say ex-Trojan, she's still Trojan, but not in the school anymore. Paige Klumpy here tonight, one of our good basketball players that graduated last season. For the Haymakers, the stats here tonight, Karen Burkholder has 2 points. Talon Sassali has has 5 points. She's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Reagan Schroeder with 2 points. Micaiah Baker with 8, and Megan Dyer with 6 for the Haymakers. They went 2 of 2. Sassali's only free throws were the only ones that they shot in that first half, so 100% for them. Foul-wise, Schroeder, Dyer, and Chitka all with 1, and Burkholder with 2 for the Haymakers. For the Trojans, just 2 people scored right now. J.C. Kent has 2, and Brylin Springer with 6 here this evening. She is 0 of 1 from the free throw, and that's the only free throw that the Trojans shot. That was on an end one by Brylin. So the Trojans shoot 0% from the charity stripe. Foul-wise, J.C. Kent and Leah Downer both have 1 for the Trojans. And usually they have a little bit more fouls than that because they're usually a little more aggressive, and they have really struggled here tonight on the defensive end, offensive end. And I think if they get that defense going, get a little more physical and a little more aggressive on defense, that'll change the offensive side for them too. It usually does. Once they get that defense going, then their offense picks up here for the Trojans. See if they can get that here in the second half. By no means are they out of this game. they look like the more athletic team on the floor. They're just ice cold shooting in that first half. 23-8 your score. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here with more of your Hogemeyer Seeds halftime show right after this on True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC.
Webb's Oilfield Service out of Cambridge is excited to support broadcasts of Trojan Athletics on Hometown Family Radio. Webb's Oilfield Service hauls water and also works on drilling rigs throughout southwest Nebraska as well as northwest Kansas. Reach out to Webb's Oilfield Service by calling 308-340-1104. That's 308-340-1104. For Webb's Oilfield Service of Cambridge, Nebraska.
You know what happens when a local seed company demands that their focus be on customer service? A lifelong partnership that does what's best for your field and your operation. Western Select Genetics of Cambridge is a new seed company, but you've known Lance Shiflett as someone whose focus is customer service, local agriculture experience, and knowledge to the seed industry with his constant focus on the premium care of your success. Call or text Lance Shiflett today, 340-6103, 340-6103.
Did you know that Stockman's Bank in Bartley is a full-service bank that serves all of southwest Nebraska? We provide everything from personal checking accounts to large commercial loans. Our friendly staff is ready to help with your financial needs. So stop by and visit us at Stockman's Bank. Call at 308-692-3333 or visit us online at thestockmansbank.com. Stockman's Bank, we're still the old reliable. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You know what happens when a local seed company demands that their focus be on customer service? A lifelong partnership that does what's best for your field and your operation. Western Select Genetics of Cambridge is a new seed company, but you've known Lance Shiflett as someone whose focus is customer service, local agriculture experience, and knowledge to the seed industry with his constant focus on the premium care of your success. Call or text Lance Shiflett today, 340-6103, 340-6103.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader.
True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florin back here with you along with August Miller back at the studio. 23-8 is your score here tonight as the Haymakers lead the Trojans here at halftime. This is your Hogemeyer Seeds halftime show. Raised local, raised right here. Hogemeyer. Learn more at therightseed.com or check out these dealers, Bonnie Hansen in Binkleman, Nebraska. The North 40 in Oberlin, Kansas. Moline Seed and Fence in Gothenburg, Nebraska. Frax Seed in Norton, Kansas. Bose Seed in Orleans, Nebraska. And, of course, Extreme Ag right here in Cambridge, Nebraska. 308-440-2652. Hogemeyer Seeds, the right seed for right here. We're just a little under 2 minutes left before the second half tip-off. And we're talking about the Trojans got to get going. They have been ice cold shooting tonight. Only 8 points, 6 in the first quarter, 2 in the second. The Haymakers had 15 in the first half, scored the Trojans 15-6. That's where they stood at the start of the first half, or first end of the first quarter. And then second quarter, they jumped right out. They scored all 6 or 8 of their points, 6 of their 8 points right off the bat. They jumped out there to that 21-6 lead. The Trojans finally got a basket. Their only basket of the second period from Brylan Springer. They went almost an entire quarter without scoring, and the girls don't do that here for the Trojans. Let's see if they can get something going in the second half. Watching them warm up, shooting much better here in warm-ups. Let's hope that carries over into the ball game. 23-8 your score. Cozad with the lead, and you can tell the Trojans can get back into this. They just got to play basketball. And that they did not do there in the first half. Not very good basketball. Not their standard of basketball, I will say that. If they played like they did it Tuesday night against Loomis or even against South Loop last Friday, they'd be back in this ball game with no problem. But it's Haymakers all over them right now, 23-8. And they're not causing this bad shooting from the Trojans. This has been all of the Trojans' fault. So getting ready to go. We're 20 seconds away to start the second half. Let's thank Hogemeyer Seeds for being the halftime sponsor here this season. So again, Hogemeyer Seeds, the right seed for right here. So we get ready to go for the third quarter. Trojans have the basketball. It's JC and Jalen Kentley at Downer, Brian Springer, and And J.C. drives all the way around, and that's how you play basketball right there. J.C. Kent takes it and drives through and picks up the easy basket, her 4th point of the night. Here's Baker for the Haymakers. Gets it off to Chitka, down in the corner to Schroeder. Schroeder trying to get it inside, got away with the travel, gets it off to Baker. Baker going to be picked up by Brylan Springer. Going to turn, kicks it back up to Burkholder, left side to Dyer. Back to Schroeder in the corner. The Trojans looking much better here and start this second half. Here's Burkholder at the free throw line. Back out to Dyer. Thought about the three, didn't take it. Kicks it back up to Burkholder. Back to Dyer on the left wing. She'll try to drive. Shots up and in. Tough shot right there by Dyer, but a good one. She makes it. Rael Miller had good defense. Just a better shot. Here is Miller. Miller, top of the key, hands it off to J.C. Kent. J.C. going to come to the right side again. Going to try to get through. Gets it off to Brylan Springer. Springer back up top to J.C. J.C. Kent, going to throw it inside. Rael Miller stopped her cut right there. 25-8, your score. Down the floor it comes. Here's Burkholder. Knocked away by Jalen Kent. He goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Haymakers. Good hands by Jalen right there. Trojans moving much better here on the defensive and offensive end to start this third period. Dyer gets it into Baker. Baker drives inside. Jumper won't go. Rebound comes down to Brylan Springer. Out to Miller. Trojans got a push here, I think. Miller up the floor quickly. Gets it off to Downer on the right wing. Downer going to drive. Kicks it back out to Jalen Kent, top of the key. She'll work to the right side. Gets it off to Miller. Going to get the screen here. Comes back up top. It's J.C. Kent. Kent goes inside to Brylan Springer. Turnaround jumpers up. Off the glass. Won't go. And she has 6 points, but she is what you would consider really to be cold right now. She's the leading scorer for the Trojans. They lob it inside. This is Schroeder working against Springer. Shots off the glass. Won't go. Rebound comes down. It's knocked away. J.C. Kent had it, but not knocked away. Baker runs it down for the Haymakers. Here's Chitka off to Schroeder. Now right side to Dyer. Dyer back inside to Schroeder. She can't handle the pass, but it's run down by Baker again. Baker out in the short corner to Burkholder off the far side. Gets it back up to Chitka. Now Dyer out to Baker here on the right wing. They lob it inside for Schroeder. J.C. Kent almost had to steal. Schroeder puts it up and in, though. So 27-10, a 17-point Haymaker lead. Aaron Johnson getting ready to check in for the Trojans. Miller working on the right side up high against Baker. Gets a screen from Jalen Kent. Lobs it inside for Springer. She can't handle it. It goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Trojans, though. Aaron Johnson into the ball game. She'll come in for J.C. Kent. Also coming in is number 3, Sassali for the Haymakers. They get it into Aaron Johnson, and no foul called right there. Johnson went up for the shot. Got hit pretty hard. Here's Dyer down the other end of the floor. Puts it up and in. The Trojans started out, got the first basket of this third period, but have not scored again since. Down 29-10. Jalen Kent going to get a screen from Aaron Johnson. Works to the right side. Gets it off to Downer. Downer on the wing. Going to come back up top to Springer. Lobs it inside to Johnson. At the block. Puts it in, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Aaron Johnson with her first basket of the night. Good, tough move right there by Aaron Johnson. Foul is on number 2, Karen Burkholder, her third. Chitka, who had came out of the ball game, will come back in. Burkholder will go to the bench probably for the rest of this third period, I would guess. Timeout by the Haymakers. We'll take one with them. 29-12. Cozad leads it with 5 minutes left here in the third. Back after this on True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC.
If you have an appointment at a specialty clinic in North Platte or in Kearney, and if you're not sure how you're going to get there, Tri-Valley Health System Public Transportation is happy to transport passengers from within their normal service area to destinations outside their service area for specialty medical appointments or even for personal shopping. To schedule your ride Monday through Friday with Tri-Valley Public Transportation and to see if they service your area, call 308-697-1164. 697-1164. Tri-Valley Health System.
The Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Warren back here with you along with August Miller back at the studio. We're live here in Cambridge tonight. Cozad Haymakers, Cambridge Trojans. Aaron Johnson going to the free throw line for the Trojans. They trail 29-12 here. Been a very cold shooting night for the Trojans. So Johnson at the free throw line trying to complete the end one. Shots on the way. She swishes it. 3 points now for Aaron Johnson, her first three of the night. 29-13. Trojans trying to crowd back in this. You got to do this little by little. And here's a pass inside to Dyer. She loses it, but it's picked up by the Haymakers. Missed the shot. It's going to be on the floor, and it's going to be off the Haymakers and out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball. Weatherly had got that first rebound. It was knocked away from her and then went rolling through. And Baker touched last. Dyer goes out of the ball game. In comes Sasali. Miller comes left side to Downer. Inside it goes to Aaron Johnson. Down low. And it's Bryant Springer with the turnaround jumper. Trojans starting to heat up a little bit. 5 straight points from them. They're down by 14 now, 29-15. Just keep chipping away little by little. Baker at the top of the key, working to the right side. Guarded by Jalen Kent. Good stop trying to drive baseline. She'll spin and going to kick it inside to Weatherly. Ball's tipped away. It's picked up by Jalen Kent. Here come the Trojans on the run. Kent going down the left side of the lane. We'll go back to the right side. Misses the shot. Brylan Springer with the rebound. Puts it in. Double digits for Brylan. She's got 10 of the 17. 29-17 now. 12-point lead for the Haymakers. Trojans have been on a 7-0 run. Here's Baker working on the right side. Trojans picking it up a little bit now. Baker gets it off to Chitka. Chitka going to work back up top. Comes to the right side. Gets onto the wing. Passes it back up. Three from Sassley. She misses a shot. Rebound comes down. Aaron Johnson with it. Johnson looking up the floor. Finds Leah Downer. Downer on the short corner. She'll pull it back out and reset the offense. Back up top it comes Jalen Kent. Kent going to take the three. Her first three of the night won't go. Rebound Brielle Miller, and she's fouled. And they're going to call this on the floor, I think. There'll be Trojan basketball underneath their own basket. Reagan Schroeder picks up her second. Burkholder getting ready to check in. She's got 3 fouls, so she'll have to be careful. Dyer checking back into the ball game. Chitka will go to the bench, as will Baker. Box set for the Trojans. Brielle Miller underneath her own basket off the far side. Got to get it into Johnson in the corner. Back up top to Kent. J.C. Kent down to Brielle Miller on the corner. 3 on the way. It rolls around, won't go. Rebound comes down to Sasali for the Haymakers. Out to Dyer. Dyer up the floor to Weatherly. She's going to travel. 3:10 left here in the third. 29-17. Haymakers with a 12-point lead. They were up 29-10, though. Trojans are on a 7-0 run. Trying to close the gap, just keep picking at this lead and trying to get back into it. J.C. Kent into the short corner on the right side. Shoots, won't go. Rebound comes down. It's going to be ran down by Brielle Miller. Miller back up top to J.C. Kent. Going to work to the right side. Gets it to Jalen Kent. Jalen, take that shot. Back to J.C. Kent. Inside it goes to Aaron Johnson. Aaron has it stolen away by Weatherly. They're really letting a lot of tough play going on inside. Here is Dyer with it. Goes down to Weatherly on the far side. Back out to Dyer. Dyer back up top to Burkholder. Burkholder guarded by J.C. Kent, trying to find somebody now. And she'd have thrown that pass to Dyer. Brielle Miller right out. Here's a steal from Jalen Kent. Into the hands of Brielle Miller now. Down the left side of the lane. Lays it up with her. Her first basket of the night. Comes with 2:16 left in the third. On a 9-0 run. They're back within 10 now, 29-19. Dyer off to Schroeder, tipped away by Brylan. Oh, if they've been a hustle, they would have had that. They didn't hustle again. Burkholder trying to get it back out, gets it to Weatherly. Back up top to Sasali, and almost stolen away by Jalen Kent. Now it's inside. Springer almost gets a steal. Back up to Dyer. She'll take the three from the right side off the front of the rim. Won't go. Rebound comes down to J.C. Kent. Here come the Trojans on the run, trying to throw it up to Brylan Springer. She can't handle it. It's going to be the Haymakers picking it up. For the Haymakers, comes across the timeline, middle of the floor. 29-19 score. Trojans on a 9-0 run right now. Schroeder looking around. Brielle Miller almost got the steal. Hands it off to Dyer. She's going to come inside. Misses a shot. Rebound comes down. And it's picked up by Burkholder. Here's Baker for, or excuse me, this is Sally from the first. Sassley with the basket there. 31-19 is your score. 12-point game. Johnson inside. Backdoor pass into Brielle Miller. Has it knocked away. Picks it up, gets out to J.C. Kent. 3 on the way. It's off the rim, won't go. Aaron Johnson with the rebounds. Fouled. Basket won't go, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Megan Dyer picks up her second personal foul. 3 players getting ready to check in for the Haymakers. That'll be Baker. Also, Yoakum coming in for the first time tonight. Johnson hits the free throw. She's got 4. And Chitka checking in. 15 Weatherly will go to the bench, as will Schroeder. They got to take one more out. Let's see. It's going to be Sassley. So Johnson at the free throw line. And swishes it. She's got 5 now for the Trojans. Back to within 10, 31-21. That's what they needed to do, is cut this lead down. Dyer down in the corner to Chitka. Chitka goes inside. Cole's got it. J.C. Kent will be her second. First Trojan foul of the second half. Cabrilli Physical Therapy, Cross Creek Golf Links, Dole Auto Repair. First Central Bank, First State Insurance of Cambridge, and Foster Sales of Bartley sponsors here tonight. And lob it in over the top of Chitka, but she's able to run it down. Got it double dribbled. And it's going to be Trojan basketball. Nice play by Jalen Kent on the defensive side right there. Caused that double dribble. Trojans can cut it down to with under 10 for the first time since early in the second period. Kent goes down to back. Janet is picked up by Hayman. Bring it to the floor. Down the corner. Shots off the back of the rim. Won't go. Rebound. Brylin Springer. And now have a ball called. It's going to belong to the Haymakers. That right there. She reached around from behind her and grabbed that basketball. That was a good box out by Brylin. Down the lane they come. Off the underneath their own basket here on the near side. Trying to get it in. It's into Baker. Baker guarded by J.C. Kent. Going to drive inside. Throws up a prayer. Won't go. Rebound comes down to Brylin Springer. She got away with a travel. 20 seconds left here. Third. Trojans down by 10. Trying to cut the gap. Rail Miller off to J.C. Kent. She gets to the short corner. Puts a shot up off the glass. Won't go. Rebound comes down. Is picked up by Chitka for the Chitka out to Dyer. Down to 5 seconds. That's big. Has knocked away. Brylin Springer picks it up. Going to throw it down the end the third period. 31-21. The Trojans have cut the gap to 10. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Webb's Oilfield Service out of Cambridge is excited to support broadcasts of Trojan Athletics on Hometown Family Radio. Webb's Oilfield Service hauls water and also works on drilling rigs throughout southwest Nebraska as well as northwest Kansas. Reach out to Webb's Oilfield Service by calling 330-1104. That's 330-1104 for Webb's Oilfield Service of Cambridge, Nebraska.
Foster Sales of Bartley sells and services Walker mowers. They have mower styles for everyone, including commercial, residential, even models for municipalities. Foster Sales offers winter Walker service with an oil change, replacing the filters, sharpening the fluid. Walker also has financing available. Experience Walker mower with Foster Sales of Bartley. Find them on Facebook and YouTube pages. Walker mower from Foster Sales. You want fast, easy, beautiful mowing.
Local sports on the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Foreman, August Miller back here with you live from Cambridge. August back at the studios in McCook. 31-21 your score. The Haters lead to 10. Trojans outscored them there in the third period, 13-8. Cut the lead down to 10. Jalen Kent off to Leah Downer on the right side. Gets it to Brielle Miller. Miller working back up top. Gets to the short corner. Puts a shot up and in. Brielle Miller with her second field goal tonight. She's got 4 points. It's an 8-point ball game. Side up. Drive inside. Lobs it inside for Burkholder. Back pass under the Schroeder, and she puts it up and in. Lead makers now 33-23. 7:20 left here in the ball game. Miller goes inside for Springer. Works down and low, and we're going to have a foul here. It's going to be on the floor. It's going to be against the Haymakers. Well, if that's on Burkholder, that's number 4. It's on. Reagan Schroeder, it's her third. So both Schroeder and Burkholder have 3. 7:16 left in the ball game, 33-23. Miller gets it in the corner to Springer. Back up top, Downer, but it's knocked away. And it'll stay with the Trojans. Downer to inbound it. Going to get it into J.C. Kent, left corner. She drives in, has it knocked away, and no foul call. She's Burkholder trying to get it back to Baker and does. Baker across the timeline, working against Jalen Kent. Now. Skip pass and it's thrown away. No, saved by Chitka. And they're going to say it did go out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball. Threw that right in between the two Cozad players. Nobody went after it. Miller will bring it up for the Trojans now. Just went under the 7-minute mark. Here is Miller. Back up. Working against Chitka. Gets it off to her sister JC on the right, or on the left wing here, excuse me. Drives, kicks it back out to Miller in the corner. She'll come back up top. Going to work all the way to the right side. Goes down the lane. Kicks it back out to Downer. We're going to have it. Coach Hollander not happy about this. She was grabbed a hold of her arm and she traveled. And that's what Coach Hollander saying right there. You got to watch that arm grab. This is Baker with it for the Haymakers. Across the timeline. Top of the key, left side. Fire. Down to Schroeder. On the wing, skip pass over to Burkholder. Burkholder gets it to Chitka here on the right side. Back up top. This is Baker. Baker skip pass down to Burkholder. Inside it goes to Dyer. Dyer kick back out, and they're going to call a foul here on the Trojans. That's the same play that just happened at the other end, and they called it travel. Jalen Kent picks up her first foul. Aaron Johnson checks in, and Jalen Kent goes out. The Trojans playing a zone defense now. Dyer trying to get it in. Going to get it in the corner. Burkholder back up top. It's knocked away by Brielle Miller. Chitka got away at the push-off. Got it back. Here's Dyer for 3. Off the front of the rim. Won't go. Rebound Baker. She'll put it up out of the short corner. Can't get it to go. Rebound J.C. Kent fighting for it. It's going to be Cozad basketball on the jump ball here. J.C. Kent had 2 haymakers on there. She came out with the ball. She said, you girls aren't taking this basketball. This is mine. So Dyer inbound it again. Box set out of the haymakers. They get it in the corner to Baker. Back inside it goes to Burkholder. Burkholder guarded by Johnson. Back out to Baker. Baker on the wing. Down in the corner goes to Dyer. Skip pass over the top, almost thrown away, but Chitka able to run it down. She gets into the short corner, throws it back up top to Baker. She'll take the shot from just inside the three-point line and drills it. Micaiah Baker with 10 now for the haymakers. Back to a 12-point lead, 35-23. 5.5 left in the ball game. Miller, spin move. And we're going to have a carry on the Trojans. Timeout by Cambridge. We'll take one with them. 35-23, the Haymakers lead it by 12. 5:26 left in the game. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Cross Creek Golf Links is now on their winter rates. $20 will get you all the golf that you can play, and that includes the cards. They also have set their new membership rates for the 2023 season. Call the clubhouse today at 308-697-4768 to get a quote on 2023 membership and green fees. They still have the lowest rates around. Cross Creek Golf Links, your jewel of the Southwest.
Your local sports authority is the HFRSN.
True Country Radio 1 KZMC. Trip Form back with along with August Miller back at the studios. Hey, let's thank some more of our sponsors. Hitchin A Public Transit, Hilltop Seeds, Callie Nelms, Honeyman Custom Harvesting, Huxall Seeds, Lifetime Eye Care, Lockenauer Jones Mortuary, Mark's Pharmacy, Shirley Case Coffee Shop, Medicine Creek Family Dentistry, Mid-Plains Community College, Midwest Liberty Federal Credit Union, MNB Bank at NC Plus, Hybrids, Martin Schaefer, along with Nebraska Corn Processing, bringing you tonight's ball game. 35-23, Cozad leads Cambridge here in the girls' action tonight. 5:26 left in the ball game. The Trojans were down by 15 at halftime. Cut the lead down to 5, and now this ball. Great defense once again by Jalen Kent, and Baker. Baker might be hurt here. She's limping pretty good. They're going to sub in for her. Coming in is number 15, Weatherly. Erica Weatherly, the 5'3 sophomore, checking in for Baker, and she's living pretty good on that right ankle. Late whistle. And this is on Weatherly, her first. Jalen Kent to the free throw line to shoot 2. Pinpoint Communications, Quality Urgent Care, River Valley Services, and runs a restaurant. Bringing you tonight's game, and Jalen Kent misses the free throw. She's struggled from the free throw line this year. Samway Floor Covering and Furniture, Southwest Farm and Auto, Stockman's Bank, Taco, Johns and McCook, and Tri-Valley Health Systems. And Kent's second one rolls around, it falls in. Her first point of the night, 24-35. Trojans trail by 11. Here comes Dyer working against Kent. Now double team. Throws it up and it's knocked away by Jalen Kent. Throws it up to Brielle Miller, but she threw it away. And now we're going to have a foul on Brielle Miller. Jalen Kent tried to throw it to Brielle Miller, but hit her right in the back. Got to make sure she's looking right there. That was a basket the Trojans needed right there. Baker back into the ball game. Chitka will go to the bench. Going to throw it into Baker, almost thrown away by Aaron Johnson. Johnson pushing the floor, got away with the push off right there. Gets to the free throw line. Looking for the back door, gets it to Weatherly. Weatherly guarded by Kent. Going to get back up top to Baker. Baker has it away by Corner knocked away by the Haymakers. It'll go out of bounds. That's Trojan basketball. Good hustle there by Brielle Miller and Jalen Kent. And then the Haymakers, Reagan Schroeder couldn't hang on to it and kicked it all the way down the floor. It went out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball. Underneath their own basket off the far side, box set. Trying to get it in. Brielle Miller gets it into J.C. Kent. Wide open three on the way, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 3, and this is on Dyer. It's her third. So 3 Haymakers now with 3 fouls. J.C. Kent going to the line to shoot 3. Tri-Valley Health Systems, Tri-Valley Medical Foundation, Tromke Construction, Valmont Irrigation, Vera Wireless sponsors here this evening. J.C. can't get the shooter's roll on the first one, misses it. Waypoint Bank of Cambridge, Webb's Oilfield Service, and Western Select Genetics, Lance Shiflett. Also bringing you the game. J.C. swishes the second, her 5th point of the night, trying to get 6 here and cut this lead down to 9. 35-25. Haymakers lead it by 10. J.C. Kent's free throw off the back of the rim won't go. Rebound comes down to the Haymakers. This is Baker up the floor on the right side. We got 4:43 left. Haymakers lead it by 10. Trojans free throw struggles continue. They've missed 4 tonight. Baker off the left side. This is Weatherly. Weatherly. She misses a shot. Burkholder with the rebound. She can't get it to go. Rebound comes down. It's J.C. Kent with it. Kent throws it out to Brielle Miller up the floor. The shot. Rebound comes down. And no, she's going to be fouled. Aaron Johnson was fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Who's this on? Erica Weatherly picks up her second. 7th team foul, so the Trojans will shoot free throws the rest of this ball game, and Johnson misses the first one, her first miss of the night from the free throw line. She's got 5 points. She was 3 of 3 from the free throw line before that. Chitka comes in for Weatherly. Johnson can cut the lead below double digits here, and she does. 6 points for Aaron Johnson. Trojans are led by Brylan Springer with 10. Here's Baker. Baker on the right side. Going to come back up top to Chitka. Chitka going to hand it off to Baker. Jalen Kent all over her now. Working on the left wing. They're going left to right across your radio now. Baker comes all the way back around. Gets down into the short corner. Does not shoot it. Kicks it back out to Burkholder. Back up top, Chitka. Chitka looking around, trying to find it to Baker. Gets it off to Burkholder. Burkholder going to go down the right side, guarded by J.C. Kent. Comes back up to Baker. She'll take the elbow shot. Airballs it. It goes out of bounds. No. Yep, they're going to say it did go out of bounds. They're going to say that Dyer stepped on the line. Timeout by the Haymakers. We'll take one with them. 3:45 left in the game. Trojans back within 9. 35-26 back after this on True Country Radio. 102.1 KZMC.
At Waypoint Bank, you're greeted with a smile. Then they roll up their sleeves to make things work for you. Waypoint Bank has the products and services, rates, and terms that you are looking for, and the friendly, knowledgeable people that you've come to trust. You'll find everything you need in a bank at Waypoint Bank, with convenient locations in Cambridge, Cozad, Eustis, Clay Center, and Imperial. Waypoint Bank, member FDIC.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader, the HFRSN.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. Trent Foreman back here with you, along with August Miller back in the studios. 35-26 your score. The Trojans down by 9. I said that Brielle Miller was leading scorer. Brylan Springer has 10 to lead the Trojans. Aaron Johnson with 6. J.C. Kent with 5. Brielle Miller with 4. Jalen Kent with 1. Trojans trail it by 9. 3:45 left in the ball game. And they have the ball going right to left across your radio dial. They can get a 3 here. They have not hit a 3 all night. If they can get a 3 here, they cut the lead down to 6. Up the floor, nice pass, long pass up to Jalen Kent. She drives in the ball and they get called. Stop there, Jalen. So full court press coming now out of the Trojans. Okay, playing the zone pass, and you got to throw it away. It's Trojan basketball. So Jalen will inbound it here. Now it's going to be underneath. Yeah, nobody touched it, so it's going to be underneath the basket. Good call, Coach Hollander. She was saying, hey, why aren't they getting it under here? So Brielle Miller inbounded, box set out of the Trojans. Miller trying to find somebody, lobs it into Jalen Kent up top. Back to Brielle Miller, right side, goes inside to Aaron Johnson. Spin move, shots up and in. Nice play by Aaron Johnson. She's got 8 now for the Trojans. They're back within 7, 35-28. 3.5 left in the game. Baker quickly down the floor. Short corner, back out to Sassley. Back over, skip pass over to Dyer. Up top it comes to Chitka. Chitka working to the right side. Gets it to Sassley, now off to Baker. Baker guarded by Brylan Springer. And look around. Throws it inside. It's knocked away by J.C. Kent. She has it for the Trojans. Kent turn around, throws it up the floor to Aaron Johnson. Johnson skip pass over to Jalen. Springer block, back out to Jalen on the wing. Trojans reset the offense. Here's J.C. Kent. Back to Jalen Kent on the left wing. Jalen back up top to Aaron Johnson. Lobs it inside for Brylan Springer. Spin move. Back around the other side. Puts it up. It won't go. Rebound Baker. That would have cut the lead right. Trojans missed it though. Baker with the basketball. Going to go to the right side to Chitka. Now Brylan Springer just fouled Baker. And they're going to call an intentional foul here on Springer. That's her first foul of the ball game. And she's going to get a shoot, too, and the Haymakers will get the ball back. And I don't think Baker's the one you want to foul. She's not shot a free throw yet tonight, but she's got 10 points. And she's a pretty good shooter. 2:39 left in the ball game. 35-28. Trojans are down by 7. They've had some chances to cut that lead. They were down 15 at halftime. Much better second half. They played this way in the first half, they'd be leading it. And Baker misses the first free throw. Micaiah Baker, a 5'4 junior, missed the first one. Acres Equipment of McCook, Amateurs Bar and Grill, Grinding Truck and Trailer, Cambridge Supermarket, and Cambridge Telephone sponsors here this evening. Baker's second one swishes it. So Baker puts it back to an 8-point ball game. The Haymakers have the ball at half court. 36-28 your score. Haymakers lead it. Sassley goes out of the ball game. Chitka back in for the Haymakers. They get it in. Baker's got it. Drives down the lane. Out of the middle lane. Shots up and in. Baker back to 10. Baker lead. 2.5 left in the game. Trojans got to go now. Baker. Side. Johnson. Skip pass back out to J.C. Kent. She drives from the free throw line. Shots up. Got it. J.C. Kent with 7 now for the Trojans. Point lead. Chip goes inside. Loses the ball. It's Trojan basketball. So the Trojans can cut the lead again. They're down 38-30. 2:12 left in the ball game. Jalen Kent back to Brielle Miller. Across the timeline. Works to the left side. Get it back out. Gets it to Jalen on the right side. She'll work to the left. Going to hit J.C. Kent. Goes inside to Springer. Back out Aaron Johnson for 3 from the top. Her first of the career. No. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to the Haymaker. Rolled around. Didn't fall. Baker going to dribble up. They're going to call a foul here on the Trojans. Foul's on 23. Brielle Miller, her second. 15 foul on the Trojans. They got to get to that bonus. That's what they're trying to do. Weatherly checking in. Chitka will go out. Leah Downer checks in. Aaron Johnson will go to the bench. Downer coming in to play defense. See if they can get it in. They throw it into Baker. Almost thrown away by Jalen Kent. Baker's got it. Gets to the free throw line. Kicks it back out to Burkholder. Back up to thrown by Jalen again. Gets it back to Baker. Inside to Schroeder. Back to Weatherly. And she has it on the floor. It's going to be knocked away, but it's picked up by the Haymakers. And now a foul on Jalen Kent. That's the 16 foul. 1:31 left in the game. 38-30 your score. Haymakers lead the Trojans, and they have the ball. It's going to be top of the key high on the right side. So both teams will shoot free throws the rest of this ball game. Trying to get it in. It's Baker with it. Almost stolen. Gets it back out. Up top it comes to. Now back to Baker. Baker's going to get fouled by Leah Downer. Downer picks up her second. 38-30. Haymakers with the lead. 1:20 left. A 1-1 now for Baker. Cambridge Telephone, Channel C's Andrew Carpenter, Community Hospital, Corbelli Physical Therapy, Cross Creek Golf Links, Doyle Auto Repair, First Central Bank of McCook, and First State Insurance of Cambridge. And that should be First Central Bank of Cambridge also. So Baker at the free throw line for a 1-1, hits the first one. Baker with 14 leading the Haymakers. Megan Dyer follows with 10. Sassily with 7 also for the Haymakers. Trojans are led by Brian Springer with 10. Baker's second one. Crowd hushes. It's off the back of the rim. Won't go. Aaron Johnson gets the rebound for the Trojans. Throws it up the floor, but throws it away. Baker on the wing. It's Dyer, right? Left side it goes to Weatherly. Skip pass, back to Baker. She'll drive, puts a shot up, it won't go. Rebounds on the floor, picked up by Weatherly. Her shot won't go. And now, man, no foul right there. J.C. Kent had that box out, and now we got a foul. Now they're finally going to call it. Burkholder's going to get called for it. That's going to be her fourth. Man, J.C. Kent, that Schroeder boxed out big time, and no foul called on that rebound. And let's see who's going to the free throw line. I believe it's going to be Jalen Kent. She's 1 of 2 on the night. Her only point came from the free throw line. See if she can pick up 2 here. 39-30, 9-point Haymaker lead, and Jalen Kent gets a shooter's roll and picks up her second point of the night. The leading returning scorer for the Trojans has only hit double digits once this season, though. In her defense, she does usually get the best defender from the other team. She hit 39-52, 57 seconds. Down by 7. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Samway floor covering and furniture. You'll love this store.
If it's hard to recall gifts of Christmas past, get to Sandwich today for something unforgettable, like a Restonic bed. There's a reason the Property Brothers have put their name behind these beds. 15 different styles. And to make it easier, Samways offers 12 months financing with approved credit. Proud to be your source of gifts of Christmas presents.
Samway floor covering and furniture. You'll love this store.
The Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florin back here with you, along with August Miller back at the studio. 39-32 your score here. 57.6 seconds left in the ball game. Haymakers will have the ball, going left to right across your radio dial. They got to go length of the floor. The Trojans trail it by 7. Trojans are going to come out in their full court press. They've had some success with that here in this fourth quarter. Let's see if they can get it going here. It caused a couple of turnovers the last 2 times. Full court press comes on. It's Jalen and J.C. Kent, Leah Downer, Brielle Miller, Rylan Springer on the floor for the Trojans. They get it into Baker. Baker coming up the floor. Gets across the timeline, drives down, gets it inside to Schroeder. Her shot's up and in. So they break the press that time. 45 seconds left. Trojans got to go. With it on. Looking around, tries to drive baseline. Going to find Brielle Miller out there. 3-pointer from Brielle. Shots on the way. It won't go. Rebound comes down. J.C. Kent's got it. She tosses it off to Brylan Springer. She's fouled. The basket doesn't go, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Got to score when the clock stopped, too. You got to hit these free throws right now. Erica Weatherly picks up her 3rd. Springer lead the Trojans with 10 points. 2-shot free throw. First one swish. 11 now for Brylan. Hitchin A Public Transit. Hill Lifetime Eye Care. Mark's Shirley Coffee Shop. Burkholder goes to the bench. Sossley checks into the ball game for the Haymakers. Springer trying to cut the lead to 7. It goes out the front of the ring. Coming up the floor. This is Baker. Double team. Throws it up the floor to Sossley. Sossley comes running. Jaylee. Oh. Going to get called for the foul right here on the reach. Thought it was pretty good defense. Thought she had to steal. They've let a lot of things go tonight. That was pretty tic-tac for what they've let go. And not just by both teams. I mean, they've let them play. So now 1-1 for Sossley. Aaron Johnson, Mallory Springer, Emery Tomlin, Aspen Webb will check in for the Trojans. 20 seconds left, down 8, and coach is going to wave the white flag here. We'll talk with Coach Hollander at halftime of the boys' game. Sossley at the free throw line for a 1-1 here. Shots on the way. She swishes it. 8 points now for Talon Sossley. 9-point lead for the Haymakers. And second one's on the way. It's off the front of the rim. Won't go. Aspen Webb with the rebound. Webb. For Springer. Haymakers not subbing. Tomlin. They're going to leave their starters out there. And there's a foul from Schroeder. And she just shoved Aaron Johnson from behind. They call a jump ball. Burkholder back in. Sossley will go out for the Haymakers. And now with 8 seconds left, he's going to empty the bench after he just subbed in Burkholder. Number 5, Callie Kostronic. Also in number 11, that is Leonie Neufeld. And to get it into Aaron Johnson. Shots up and in for Aaron Johnson. She's tonight in double figures. 10 and down to 3-2-1 ball game. 32-35, the Haymakers beat the Trojans. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here with your Corbelli Physical Post Game Show right after on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Cambridge Supermarket is a family-owned store offering a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from everyday essentials, snacks, and Friday. That when you walk in the store, Cambridge Supermarket is a full-service store that really works hard to be the best experience possible. On their website at cambridgesupermarket.com, shop the